for the WBA and WBC Super Lightweight Championship of the World. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from Mohegan Sun, it's showtime! Introducing first the challenger, ladies and gentlemen, on my right, fighting out of the red corner, entering the ring wearing black trunks, joining us all the way from Berlin, Germany. He weighed in at a ready 138 1/2 pounds. He is undefeated with 28 wins, no losses, 9 wins coming by way of knockout. He is ranked #1 in the world by the WBC and #4 by the WBA. Please welcome the 1996 Olympic silver medalist and tonight's challenger, introducing Oktay Urkal. And his opponent across the ring, the defending world champion, ready to fight on my left out of the blue corner, wearing black trunks with gold trim, fighting out of Sydney, Australia by way of Sarov, Russia. He weighed in at 139 1/2 pounds. His record 26 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, with 22 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the current WBA and WBC Super Lightweight Champion of the World. Here is the Thunder from Down Under, introducing Kostya. And once again, a referee in charge, Frank Cappuccino, now to give instructions. 12 rounds of championship boxing schedule.
Gentlemen, good evening. World Championship fight, I want you to protect yourself at all times. Now I'm looking at the belt. Anything below here is a low blow. Anything under here is a low blow. I see us both of you touch gloves. Touch gloves. Good luck.
Veteran referee Frank Cappuccino with the final instructions. Bobby Ches, keys to victory.
Certainly. Let's work with Tszyu first. The champion. Always keep the pressure on. That's his fight game. He goes forward. Doesn't fight well going backwards. Also, land his power shots. He has power like a middleweight. And use that lethal right hand. He's knocked so many men out with that right hand. For Urkal, it's going to be a little bit different. He's going to need to use his speed to offset some of that Tszyu's power. He doesn't have real power. And also, keep a tight defense. Tszyu's going to come. He's got to block. And if he can, push Tszyu backwards. Tszyu, much like many of the good fighters, don't fight as well going backwards. Him less than others.
Here we go. Tszyu, one of boxing's most relentless fighters. Always looking to force a slugfest. Power in both hands. Has the power of a middleweight. Tremendous tenacity, endurance, in-your-face mentality, constant pressure, and he starts off that way with Urkal. He's got that hammer-like right, excellent left hooks and uppercuts, and he is a legitimate threat every minute of every round, and a devastating finisher.
And they use the term throwing punches with bad intentions. Tszyu fits that perfectly. He means to hurt you with everything that he throws.
Urkal, more of a technical boxer, relies mainly on speed, quickness, footwork.
Stop, stop.
Only 9 of his 28 wins by knockout. Just 1 of his last 8 wins by KO. That was a stoppage in the 10th. So Tszyu, who normally fights with those mean intentions, as Bobby pointed out, can really step in and afford to be brave against Urkal, who will look to skillfully avoid the power of Tszyu.
Urkal's using not too bad a jab, but he doesn't have much in his right hand as of yet. And I haven't really seen left hooks to the body or head.
Urkal has never been down in his career. He's got a good chin, a tight defense, emblematic of German fighters. Always a nice stiff jab and left hook, decent right.
Or is a decent double left hook, but not a real powerful combination. That was a nice right hand, though.
Urkal's got some fans here.
Urkal landed a couple of decent overhand rights over the jab of the champion Tszyu, and they didn't necessarily shake him up, but they got his attention, that I guarantee you.
Cal actually fought Zab Judo, the amateurs, lost a close decision. He thought it was even. He's undefeated, but his list of opponents not a who's who. You need lots of movement against Kostya Tszyu. You got to try to tie him up, use your speed, throw a lot of jabs. Don't get lured into a street fight. Pretty good jab there by Urkal, got through.
And what you see is after Kostya Tszyu, so offensive minded, after he unloads, sometimes he just stops and looks. There's the hole. He gets hit.
And as you pointed out earlier, every once in a while he just forgets about defense.
I'll tell you right now, if he throws a combination against Zab Judo and poses, he's going to get hit with a right hook.
Just got wobbled.
Left hook to the temple, Stephen. That made his legs do a little Leon Earl.
Momentarily dazed was Urkal late in round one. Urkal's trunks being held up by tape.
Boy, he's taking time. No mistakes. Doesn't matter how long it takes. Between his feet.
The split backhand between his feet.
Yeah, you see that left hook to the top of the temple. Look at those legs. They come out from under him a little bit. Could be a combination of balance, but I'll tell you right now, Tszyu hits hard for his weight, and that shot to the temple can hurt severely.
Urkal nodding his head as if to say I'm okay, which usually means the opposite right there.
You see that left hook one more time. Not a great left hook, but in the temple area again, and the legs come down on him.
Urkal comes running out, as does Kostya Tszyu, to begin round number two. Kostya Tszyu with more of a purpose here as he opens up the second. May have it on his mind to end things right here.
I'll tell you what, Urkal, I watched the tapes and studied him. Didn't seem to punch quite this good in the tapes. Maybe he worked on power just for Tszyu.
But Tszyu always very patient, doesn't go in looking for the knockout, waits for his opening.
Oh, he said too, he said it's going to take 6, 7, maybe even 8 or 9 rounds to break him down. He said the guy appears to be tough, has a tight defense, and fights back.
He breaks you down by hitting very hard. He bruises you up and hits you in different places and just wears you down. Here's a good right hand, a short, crisp right by Tszyu that got in. Urkal counters, though, with the right.
That overhand right is keeping some things for Tszyu to at least worry about, keeping a little respect factor up high.
Tszyu's only loss, May of '97, 10th round TKO to Vince Phillips, Cool Vince, when he gave up the IBF Junior Welterweight title. Vince victorious earlier tonight
don't look at me,
with a 7th round TKO, defeating a fighter named Marlon Haynes. Since the loss to Phillips, Tszyu 8-0, all by knockout. He said Tszyu that he became a fighter that night. He graduated, learned a lot from that defeat to Vince Phillips.
Right now, Tszyu's being outworked a little bit, taking his time, not really as active as he should be. Combination is not flowing, looking for one big right hand.
Stop. Break.
Kostya Tszyu in his boxing prime, confident, disciplined, intelligent. Typically tests his opponent's heart and chin almost from the start. Under a minute remaining, round two.
Kostya Tszyu talked at length about his loss to Phillips, Steve. And he said it was a wake-up call for him because he started to ride on his laurels and rest on them and not really do the things that he needed to do no more.
He's 26-1-1 with 22 knockouts. The draw was in '97 with Leonardo Mas, a technical draw.
He was really not throwing enough combinations. One at a time, he's looking for the jab and the big right hand, maybe even one hook or uppercut, but he's not really throwing combinations.
No.
That means no in any language.
tell you what, I think that Urkal won this round by just outworking Kostya Tszyu.
Right here. Back of that. Just take our time and look at him. Just take our time. Just keep on giving this bloke a lot of respect.
Den Haken Maß nehmen, anboxen, rechte rüber. Tiefer ansetzen. Und dann die zweite Hälfte, kommt Parade. Ja? Dann können wir auch eine Hand durch.
Interested spectator, Tszyu, who's all smiles after his victory earlier. Kostya Tszyu's next if Tszyu prevails. The big showdown November 3rd.
Stay in your corner, son, all the way back.
Should this man cooperate? Again, Tszyu comes dashing out to begin round number 3. Tszyu has been effective when throwing that powerful right, connecting through the gloves of Urkal.
Go, 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 go.
Tszyu told us he trained very hard, can't look ahead to Judah.
Now he's starting to work with a little bit more enthusiasm, at least it appears. He worked to the head, he worked to the body, not just one jab and a right hand.
He told us he studied Urkal very closely. Pretty good left hook there, followed by a right by Urkal.
That left hook landed very clean, and it didn't necessarily shake Tszyu up, but really got his attention. You can see the look in his eyes of concern.
Nice left, sneaky left jab there by Urkal. Got through the gloves.
Tszyu's getting a little frustrated, it appears, with the defensive maneuvering of Urkal. The tight hands up top, and he's not able to break through it so easily. It's, I think, getting on his nerves, Steve.
Urkal 28-0, just 9 knockouts, never on the canvas. Rated number 1 by the WBC and WBO. Former European champ at 140 and 1996 Olympic silver medalist for Germany.
Tszyu looks off to me. He doesn't look like he's in the zone. He can't seem to find his rhythm.
Not as sharp as we've seen him in the past. Last with Shambe Mitchell. Before that, Julio Cesar Chavez. Before that, Miguel Angel Gonzalez. And on, where he just looked ferocious. And the crowd beginning to turn a bit. As we come up on the final minute of round 3. A lot of folks just thought that Tszyu, although not a fast starter, would come in and tear this guy apart. Once again, dazes Urkal momentarily.
I think that was a combination, too, of the feet getting tangled, Steve. I don't know that he hit him as good as it appeared.
Some of those punches are getting through by the German of Turkish descent, Urkal. Judah now pressing forward, lands a right to the head. I should say Tszyu.
Nice right uppercut on the inside by Tszyu, but again, he looks like something's not right. His timing's not right. He's not as busy as he used to be. And granted, Urkal's working hard to keep him off, maybe winning the round.
Well, perhaps we'll find out later what was going on in the mind of Kostya Tszyu. Does he have Zab Judah on his mind? Is it the awkward style of Urkal that is producing this display by Tszyu?
You watch Kostya Tszyu coming forward. Now he's constantly using the jab. He's using the jab, but Urkal's blocking it nice with the right hand, and he's throwing his little hook in here, and he's landing, and Tszyu's not countering him back. There he starts to go by. There's the hook up top. That one misses. Again, Tszyu with just a jab and the hook again, landing clean. Tszyu throwing one jab at a time. It's just not working. Now you watch on the inside, right up in here, uppercut, popping the head back of the challenger. He rips that uppercut right up on the inside. Okay, we missed the uppercut, but it did happen.
Well, as we've said in the past, if there's any one weakness for Tszyu, he does forget about his defense from time to time, getting too focused and anxious on offense. In the loss to Phillips, there was no defense. Now he's coming on stronger.
That was a big right hand, and he got hit with a little hook coming back. Urkal showed a great chin.
Tszyu looks like he wants to do a lot of damage here in round 4. No knockdowns thus far. It's as if he got the wake-up call and said enough is enough. Because it's been fairly lackluster to this point on the part of Tszyu. And JWWC has to be loving what he's watching. As he's probably saying to himself, well, if this is the Kostya they put in front of me, I could do okay.
I thought the last couple of rounds, Urkal was outworking Tszyu. First round I thought was Tszyu's. He came out strong in this round, but again, it's a matter of being outworked. One big shot does not a round make.
And left uppercut got in by Urkal to the apex of Tszyu's chin. Judah may be wondering to himself, well, with my speed, I'll have no problem handling this guy.
Well, I'll tell you, coming off this so far, if you had to handicap it, the speed looks like it might outdo the power.
Because thus far, the power has not been there for Kostya. So far. That could change in a moment.
Good, good, good. Come on, come on, come on.
Urkal holding his own to this point.
And he's holding a little of Kostya's with him.
Right.
Left hook that got through to the jaw by Tszyu. But Urkal is very game. He comes charging forward.
Well, you know what? Urkal, first of all, he starts, he initiates, and his speed is able to get him in and out before Tszyu gets a good time to counter solidly, and his speed is offsetting the power.
Like right there, Urkal once again pressing the attack and leading with his punches, not countering. Tszyu moving slowly, very deliberately. A left hand got in by Urkal.
No.
Tszyu is having trouble at timing the speed of Urkal. It's causing him a problem. If it's causing him a problem, imagine what JWWC would do.
Yes, and Tszyu annoying Frank Cappuccino by hitting on the brake.
Stop. Break.
Crowd very quiet right now. There's some blood, lower lip of Tszyu. Body shot by Tszyu, a right hand to the midsection by Tszyu.
Bell.
Best punch of the night, especially for Kostya. Beautifully timed right hand, and you could see the neck and face just shake in that right hand, but to his credit, Urkal comes back with punches.
Beautiful camera work. Let's get it over to Jim Gray.
All right, thank you very much. With JWWC, who we just saw fight a little bit earlier, you're watching this fight. What'd you think of that right hand?
I mean, you know, it's a good punch, but you know, he got to work on getting his defense. You know, punch and movement, because if that's all he got when he fight me in November, it's gonna be a short night. You know what I mean?
You think your speed will be able to handle him based on what you've seen so far this evening?
I mean, you know, Kostya is very good. You know what I mean? I don't want to underestimate Kostya. You know, Kostya is a very strong fighter. He's very physical, and he gonna come to fight. But I'm here to win, man, forever. Super Judah.
Certainly, 3 of your last 4 fights up until tonight, he might have had the same impression of you.
Right, he might have thought so, but now he's showing out. Every fight they let me wait, I get stronger and stronger and stronger and better and better.
Quickly analyze this here for us as you watch this.
You know, Kostya's getting more. He's getting more confident now about what he gonna do now. So now he gonna walk to him with a good strong jab, land that big right hand.
Are you surprised that Urkal's done so well?
Well, I mean, I figure anybody with good movement and fast hands, they're gonna do good in Kostya.
All right.
Shanbei showed that. You know what I mean?
We'll check in with you after the fight, Dad. Let's get it back to Steve Albert. Quite a blow right there, Steve.
And a big smile on the face, Jim, of Kostya, indicating he's all right, but sometimes you have to wonder about that.
But it wasn't really the punch. If you watch it, the feet got tangled and the arms got tangled, and it was more of a swinging throw than it was a punch. that would be not a clean blow to cause that much damage.
Got everybody's attention. A very diplomatic Zab Judah with Jim Gray, although a confidently diplomatic Zab Judah, pretty much echoing what we said earlier. Under 2 minutes remaining in round 5. Let's see how the folks at Press Row have it. Ron Borges, Boston Globe, Scott Schaefer, FightNews.com, Bill Tavares, New London Day. They all have Tszyu ahead through 4.
And I have it even, so maybe I'm not sure I know what I'm doing. I think Tszyu got outworked in the middle rounds and started to get back on track with a big right hand last round.
Ron Borges, Scott Schaefer had Urkal winning in the 3rd.
Come on, come on, come on out here. Come on out. Let him go. Let him go. Break.
Now a lot of holding.
When I say break, break, man.
A welt began to appear under Urkal's right eye late in round 4. You see that developing.
See, he's just outworking Tszyu on the inside. He's using speed and more punches.
Again, Zab Judah's confidence on the sidelines has to be building immensely watching this. But he knows not to get false confidence. Oh, a little head movement there by Urkal right into the chest of Tszyu.
It's all right. Come on, come on.
Here's the welt under the right eye of Urkal. You can see clearly now. Straight right hand got through by Tszyu, right on the head.
But it's one and done, Steve. He's throwing one, 2 at a time. Not more than 2 or 3 punches ever, and that's shocking because Kostya Tszyu was always shown to be in good shape, devastating, and a great finisher.
Yeah, that's not like Tszyu.
No.
Usually punches bunches. Well, they both threw at the same time, but Tszyu had more effect. And back comes Urkal with a right-left combination to the head. Got a lot of resolve. Oktay Urkal.
Like a big punch, but was more of a trip. Right here, you see his feet. He just trips over his feet. That's all. Not really a big punch. More of a trip. Look at it from the overhead camera. Right here, just a trip, and then his right foot tripped him again to continue the trip, which made him appear to be staggered.
Yeah, the fans got a rise out of it, but as you can see on the replay, and I think Bobby had it right when we first saw it, it was the result of feet getting tangled up and a lot of pushing. But nothing really got through there to hurt Kostya Tszyu. Kostya Tszyu and Oktay Urkal. Tszyu 26-1-1, 22 knockouts, 10-1-1 in world title fights. Urkal 28-8-0, 9 knockouts.
Beautiful combination of Urkal, lead right hand, double left hook, pushing Tszyu backward, keeping him going backward. One of my keys to victory.
Certainly not the best we've seen Kostya Tszyu.
Stop.
See, a guy like Zab Judah can go backwards and kill you on the way in, or beat you to death coming forward. This is not the type of fighter that can beat you up as badly going backward, if at all.
An uncharacteristically subpar performance by Kostya Tszyu.
Break.
And on the break, Urkal with an overhand right. Not nice. Tszyu with a short left to the head. Well, this is about the point where you figured that Kostya Tszyu would really turn it up.
I figured we would start to break him hard to the body as well as the head in the first 3 or 4 rounds. Then around, give or take 6 or 7, that maybe Urkal will start to fade, but he's not fading a bit. Here we are, well into round 6.
Well, there hasn't been the usual accumulative attack to the body and head that we see from Tszyu. Thus, Urkal is hanging around and still in pretty fair shape. Not the normal relentless siege of Tszyu. Hate to keep harping on it, but it's surprising. Particularly against the relatively unknown, although #1 Urkal.
Break! Break! Well, right now, based on the accomplishments that Tszyu has in the bank, Urkal's stock should go up.
Not many would have banked on that. Tszyu missed with the right, a glancing blow on the chin. And that right was blocked by Kostya. Not the left, though. That got through to the chin of Tszyu. Urkal landing with a right hand. Back comes a right hand. Counter punch by Kostya.
A one and done. He just lands the one and doesn't come back.
He did not follow it up. Final seconds, round 6.
Break! Stop!
Let's go to Jim Gray with our new analyst.
All right, thank you very much, Steve. Zab, are you getting nervous? There's an awful big payday on the line here, and right now, Kostya's not living up to his end of the bargain.
I mean, yeah, I'm getting kind of nervous. Kostya, I don't know what he's doing. He's not moving his head. He's acting like he's in another world right now, but I don't know. I mean, hopefully he'll put together and come up with a devastating knockout punch.
My memory serves me right. You fought Urkal before, correct?
Yeah. Well, I was an alternate on the 19th Olympic team, and a month before the Olympics, we had a dual meet with the Germans, and
you beat him, right?
And I beat him, and so I'm no stranger to this guy. If he win, we can get it on to it. It don't matter to me. I'm taking out all comers. You heard? Come at me.
As we take a look at the replay here of just what went on, Tszyu is backpedaling.
Yeah, I never seen that. I mean, I didn't even fight him yet, and he doing that. Damn, I thought I was gonna be the first one to do that. Oh man.
All right, Steve, back to you. We'll get some more analysis later. Steve and Bobby.
All right, Jim and Zab, thank you very much. This fight lasting longer than many expected. Urkal looks like he's gaining confidence as we hit the halfway mark. Bobby, unofficially, as Urkal comes on strong here. How do you have it quickly?
Well, I'll tell you what, I have 3 rounds of 3, so this is an even fight.
Wow.
I think Urkal is really coming to fight, and he's just outworked. You see, like in that sequence, just outworked Tszyu for the first half a minute of the first round. It's all Urkal.
Break!
Tszyu told us he trained extremely hard for this fight, that he was not to be looking ahead to Zab, not thinking beyond Zab Judah. He said, I studied Urkal very closely. He knows all about him.
Break!
But
no, when I say break, stop.
You got to think twice after seeing this exhibition. Oh, good left hand by Urkal to the chin. Well, he nailed Tszyu with that one, and it slowed him in his tracks. Tszyu with just a point jab, getting nowhere with that. Doesn't follow it up with the right hand.
One went south of the border. I was just going to say, Tszyu pointed it out to Urkal. They touch gloves and make up.
He said that's a no-no.
And you're going too low.
And Frank Cappuccino cautioning Urkal for the low blows.
Break!
Inside quick right hand by Tszyu. And a shot to the midsection by Kostya.
Yeah, but then you see Urkal comes back with 3 or 4 punches. He's outworking Tszyu, and it's just shocking me that he's allowing it.
A very surprising turn of events here at Mohegan Sun. With a minute remaining in round 7, it has not been Kostya's night. Urkal is making him look bad.
Stop.
Uh-oh. No good by Kostya, hitting on the break again.
There'll be none
I think they were both guilty of that one a little bit, Steve.
How much of that is frustration now, Bobby? It's got to be that.
I'm sure that's part of it.
There's that jab. That's a little bit of a harder jab by Tszyu, but once again holding off with the right hand.
I'll tell you what, much harder jab. He landed 5 or 6 of them out of the 7 or 8 thrown very well.
And a good right hand by Oktay. Kind of a sneaky right that gets through from time to time. There's a double jab by Tszyu, but again holding back on the right.
Hold it, look.
It's almost if there's something wrong with his right hand. And again, the low blow.
Keep him up, man.
The concerned father of Kostya, that's Boris, who spent about 3 decades in the steel mills of the former Soviet Union, but he's squirming in his seat right now.
There to be a parent or a sibling of a fighter is somewhat nauseating at ringside.
We need a good round. We need a good round to slow him down. Okay? We've got to make sure he don't get a shot away on us. Be careful pulling out after something. Come on, Kost. Step it up. Step it up, Kost. Step it up, mate.
Gash on the chin there, as you can see, the good close-up. We enter into round number 8. Cal sneaking that left jab over Tszyu's left, as the Russian/Australian tends to hold it a little low. And Frank Cappuccino has had to warn Urkal a couple of times, 2-3 times, about low blows.
Yeah, the last round there was
Stay off his neck, Kostya.
3 solid low blows, and Frank Cappuccino warned him for the second time. I got a funny feeling the next one could result in a point.
And the way things are going here, a big point, because this one is very tight.
Right now, it appears that Tszyu is a little more focused on stuffing the jab hard, but he's not really following the combination. There have been very few left hooks he's thrown throughout this fight by comparison to his past.
No knockdowns. Kostya Tszyu's been down 4 times in his career. Urkal has never been on the canvas. Again, it's Urkal who's pressing forward.
Step back, Tszyu.
Tszyu almost in a funk. Just certainly not himself tonight thus far.
Break.
Body shot with the left by Urkal.
Something else that Tszyu's corner said, don't pull up with your head up. He keeps doing it just like that. Leaning, trying to lean out of the way. Urkal not thinking he can be reaching. His head's up and he gets hit. And there's almost no way to rebound from that because you're off balance.
Back comes Kostya Tszyu. He wobbles Urkal. He says, bring it on.
And Urkal's gloves touch the floor. I'm not sure off the punch, but his glove touched the floor.
Tszyu knows Urkal's in trouble. Urkal being warned for a hold. Back of the head. And now Kostya Tszyu on the prowl. With about a minute remaining in round 8.
The economy of punches from Tszyu has me totally bamboozled. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, we're dazzled here at ringside as to why Tszyu doesn't jump on Urkal after getting him in a bit of trouble there. He's letting him off the hook once again.
Got to keep them hands loose, man.
The hook was blocked by Urkal.
I saw something in Urkal's eyes a few minutes ago, Steve. I think there's a piece of his system that's starting to fade. And I see something that's just changed in his eyes.
Tszyu's trying to inflict more damage here at the end of round 8.
Step back.
Tszyu looking much more confident now as he digs to the body with the left. Flicks the jab, misses with the right cross. Back comes Urkal, but blocked by Tszyu.
Stop!
A better round for the champion.
All right, mate. This guy's going to have one more go to this round, so we've got to be careful. We've got to meet him, make him miss, and make him pay. Okay, Kost? Simple as that, mate. We'll step right on him this time, mate.
Tszyu stepping up the pace, doing what he should have been doing earlier. Double jab, right hand, a hook. There's another jab, another right hand, a body shot right over the top that seemed to stun Urkal a little bit. But here we see a 5, 6, 7, 8 punch combination. We've seen none of that all night until now.
I'm trying to get in here. If he could just back up a little. Damn it.
Very calm and composed in that Tszyu corner. Do you think we are beginning to reach a point, though, in the fight, Bobby, where there should be more of a sense of urgency there?
No, I think Kostya's starting to get in a position to close out the fight. And I don't mean necessarily by knockout, but you could see Urkal fading in the last round badly. Not coming forward at all, really fading in punches put out. I think conditioning a big factor, experience right now, too, taking over.
Nobody knows Kostya like his corner better. So that's the way they operate there as we begin round 9, and Tszyu starts fast. Beautiful jab by Tszyu, but again holds off on the right. Did not offer up the combination like he did more of in the last round. Stalking Urkal. And hammering away.
He's looking too much to really zone a shot in. I mean, he's looking to like zero it, pinpoint it. He needs to just throw him, let him fly.
And Urkal unleashes a quick right hand. Back comes Tszyu with the jab. But no right. We'll check press row scoring once again. Ron Borges, Boston Globe, Scott Schaefer, FightNews.com. Bill Tavares to London Day. Again, Tszyu ahead, but very close. Particularly on one card, where it was separated by just 1 point.
Which would mean that that particular person would have to have one round even.
Stop.
Middle rounds are going to Urkal.
An attrition factor starting, I think, to tell on Urkal. It's not telling on Tszyu yet. Tszyu fights this type of fight all the time. A rough, physical fighter. And I think Urkal is finally getting a taste of some real tired, fatigue, pain.
Well, now he is bruising up Urkal, wearing him down. But a very game Urkal, standing right in there. But these punches are obviously beginning to weigh Urkal down. Just touching, jabbing. Now a right hand, a whipping right by Tszyu. He's pretty much having his way now. May not be anything too overwhelmingly dramatic, but he is certainly wearing him out.
But he's neutralizing all the punches that was at one time being thrown by Urkal that he can't muster up now. And he's pushing him back, whereas Urkal was pushing him back.
Well, should Tszyu win, the big unification showdown is likely to be November 3rd here at Mohegan Sun in Uncasville, Connecticut. And two very interested spectators, Zav Judah on the right, the man who will fight Tszyu should Tszyu prevail tonight, and Boris Tszyu, the father of Kostya Tszyu.
Kostya Tszyu, I'll tell you right now, he's not posing a threat to Zav Judah in Zab's eyes. You can tell by his speech, and I can tell by his performance.
Well, all you have to do is back off.
We're in a fight here, Phil. Keep that under check.
Gosh, be tight, Gosh. Don't let him get another shot away on us, okay? Be smart. Come on, mate.
Well, even so, Tszyu may be ahead, what you would have to call an uninspiring performance.
Good word.
Thanks. Round 10 always pays to have the thesaurus in front of you. Kostya Tszyu, coming from his home in Sydney, Australia, to the United States 2 weeks ago in advance of this fight.
Something that Tszyu does that is probably horrible to do for the average fighter, but for a guy like Zav Judah would be
Come on, let him go.
He moves straight back. Tszyu is so quick. Zav Judah is so quick. You can step to him and hurt him badly.
Well, it's pretty apparent right now that Tszyu might be respecting Urkal's punching power a little too much. Urkal only has 9 knockouts.
Stop.
Certainly none at this level of competition.
Break.
Tszyu was kind of coy about his tactics when he spoke with us, but really hasn't shown any of those secret tricks he planned on using.
Break.
Again, the pace really slowing down now. Crowd very quiet. Earlier, JWWC ended matters rather briskly with a 3rd round knockout. Fair exchange there in the center of the ring.
Break.
Judah's knockout over Denmark's Alan Vester, the IBF #1 contender, previously undefeated, but certainly unheralded. Hadn't fought the level of competition that Zab had fought. Little bang of heads there, and Kostya holding the left eye area.
They banged heads, but it was just one of those incidental things.
We approach the final minute, round 10. Not many thought it would go this far. Scheduled for 12. WBC WBA super lightweight title on the line.
It's all Tszyu chasing now, but still not throwing the punches and combinations that we're normally used to seeing him throw.
Not the Tszyu we have come to know over the years.
You notice here, Steve, how he leans out with his head? You can't do that with an average fighter, maybe. With a good fighter, don't. With a great fighter like Judah, absolutely impossible to do and get away with it.
A lot of movement now from Urkal. Urkal with an awkward style.
See that little lean? That's just not good. He keeps his head up high, his hands are down. He's getting caught a lot.
Final seconds of the 10th.
Stop.
And you hear the Boo Birds again here at Mohegan Sun. A tough outing for Tszyu. Let's go back to JWWC with Jim Gray.
All right, thank you very much, Steve. Well, Zab, are you surprised at how easily Tszyu is being hit tonight?
Well, I always knew it from watching previous fights. You know, that's the reason why Vince Phillips knocked him out, because he's a straight a one-dimensional fighter. I mean, he got very good power and stuff, but he never move his head. You know what I mean?
Got to be good news for you.
I mean,
seeing this.
Like I said, come November, I'm gonna show everybody. I'm gonna shock the world. For those who with me, you're gonna be happy, and for those who not, you're gonna be sad.
Well, tell us exactly what you would do here in these final championship rounds if you were Urkal.
I mean, you gotta pick it up. You gotta counterpunch him now. You know what I'm saying? You gotta use your defense and stay inside with him. Slip and counter. You know what I mean? Use your jab to back him up. Throw punches to offset him.
Do you believe he has enough to win this fight, Urkal?
No way. He just surviving right now. That's it. It's a matter of time. I'd be surprised if Tszyu hit him with a clean shot. It's all over.
All right, Zab, we appreciate it. Talk to you in a bit, Steve.
The confidence of JWWC building minute by minute. Thank you, Jim. As he sees this performance by Tszyu, which is less than inspiring. Sure, most folks thought that it would be an even fight going in, but the handicappers will probably give the edge to Judah after seeing this performance by Tszyu in November.
The handicappers earlier in the month had Tszyu actually in a dog, I think 8-5 or 9-5 dog.
They had Tszyu, the underdog?
Yes.
Left hook that was guarded by Tszyu. He got the glove up in time.
He got hit with a good right hand there too. Again, he's leaning backward. He's not using his legs defensively, just leaning. Can't do that.
Urkal making Tszyu look bad tonight. Very rare.
Break.
Last time he didn't look good was probably 4 years ago when he lost to Vince Phillips.
Stop. Stop.
He also had some questionable moments against Hurtado, who dropped him twice. After he hurt Hurtado, he ran in with his arms down, and Hurtado clocked him on the way in. He got up, ran into another one, and went down twice in the same round.
The fine Cuban fighter, Diospelis Hurtado. There's a good right cross that connected by Tszyu. to the head.
And Tszyu didn't jump on him. I'm surprised.
Again, he just restrained, held back. Very uncharacteristic.
He may actually be tired, Steve. It may be something we've all overlooked, that he just doesn't have the juice today to do what he normally does.
Stop.
And lastly, we all know there's that thing called growing old. Sometimes you grow old in a day. This might be his day.
You think, though, at 31 years old,
it's possible.
Break.
Most people would be under the impression he's in his boxing prime right now, but anything's possible. Could be a combination of things. He looks tired. He could be thinking ahead to Zab Judah, and it could be the awkward style of Urkal.
Break.
He's putting all of these late rounds in the bank, so I don't think a decision is going to be in jeopardy here now. But he's, I'll tell you what, he's just not looking good.
Is Tszyu in sort of a tough way right now, because the smart move would be for Tszyu to stay away from Urkal, since he'll score a clear victory on points. Should he play it safe or try to go in for the knockout to try to wipe away the uninspiring performance?
Number one, he doesn't know how to play it safe. Number two, he can't fight going backwards and boxing from the outside. Number three, that's his fight. And four, he can't be sure what's in the judge's mind.
Okay.
Does that tell you?
That nailed it.
9, mate. The best last round of your life, mate, okay? Yep. Everything into the last round, no sense.
He has that great right hand, and as he counters with it so often, this man does not fall. And watch now, he steps back and just stares at Tszyu. Get another look at it. On the retreat, comes back in with the counter right hand. Not a great right hand. If you watch his right foot was lifted in the air a little bit, so that was an arm punch, although it was clean and crisp.
While he appears to be ahead on points, you would think that he would want to salvage his pride and end this in exciting fashion. Talking, of course, about Kostya Tszyu. They touch gloves for the 12th round. Tszyu once again very tentative. Right hand over the top by Urkal. That scored.
That's what happens when the Kostya Tszyu in that style that he has gets tentative.
Oh, a straight right on the button by Urkal. Tszyu got staggered momentarily.
He just caught Urkal on the way in, but Urkal right now is going for broke, Steve. You got to tip your hat to him.
You really do. You have to give tremendous credit to the challenger, Oktay Urkal here. Another right hand by Urkal that connects. Right on the jaw of Kostya Tszyu. Tszyu's getting hammered here in the 12th round. With 2 minutes to go. Urkal continues to come forward. A left hand by Urkal that scored. A right that got in.
Right. I'm convinced that Tszyu is tired and that he's just does not have his rhythm today.
And you can hear them in the Tszyu corner off to our right saying, come on, Kostya. A very worried corner. A little smile from Tszyu. That right was blocked by Kostya.
Stop.
And both are exhausted.
I don't think Tszyu lost the fight, but he didn't do anything to help his stock.
Oh, no. The left hand just missed by Urkal, but he comes forward again. Urkal winning over a lot of fans here tonight, and Tszyu's stock goes down. A left hand by Urkal to the chin.
I don't think I can say it enough times. Kostya Tszyu keeps going straight back. Never out to one side or the other, slipping side to side. Straight back. He gets caught on the tail end of every punch that Urkal throws because he rushes in.
Urkal dominating the 12th and final round. A good left hand by Urkal. It was a right-left combination. The left scored. And a right cross by Urkal.
Rock in a hard place, Kostya Tszyu. play it safe in your head, but if you don't fight back, you look even worse.
Double left hook by Tszyu. Finally comes alive. There's another left with 10 seconds to go by Tszyu. Well, they're going to both end up standing for quite a finish. That's it. The crowd was definitely behind the challenger, Oktay Urkal.
Uninspiring is the word you used before. I'm going to use it again. Very uninspiring.
By Kostya. Urkal gets the salute from the crowd as he jumps on the ropes. And he has to feel very proud of himself. A tough night for Kostya. It's now in the hands of the three judges, Richard Flaherty of Braintree, Mass, Julie Letterman, West Nyack, New York, and Terry O'Connor from London, England. Really be interested to hear the words of Kostya after this one.
I can hardly wait.
Yeah. Urkal being hugged there by his trainer, Fritz Zadunek, who knew Kostya very well from the amateurs. So they did a good job of homework against Tszyu. Urkal had a game plan, did a good job. And a very difficult night for Kostya. Who would have thought this would go the distance? And Tszyu was hurt in this fight.
Well, especially this last round, Urkal comes out, follows him, just follows him. Again, Tszyu just going backward. That's more of a trip off the ropes and feet, but he got hit clean there with several punches. And Tszyu did rally, but he didn't come close to even making this round even. Nice stuff of a shotgun jab. And again, not much there. Urkal actually outworks him in punches, not all of them landing. Gets stuffed with a nice jab from the challenger. He just looked awful tonight.
All right, let's get the final tally from our ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action, we have a unanimous decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Julie Letterman scores the bout 115 to 113. Judge Terry O'Connor scored about 116 to 113. And Richard Flaherty sees the bout 116 to 112. All three in favor of the winner. And still champion Kostya.